It was supposed to be just another Saturday morning. I came out of the bedroom still groggy, expecting to find Aaron in the kitchen or scrolling on the couch. Instead, I found him sitting still, too still, on the edge of the couch, clutching my phone like it had burned his hands. His face was pale, lips parted slightly, and there was something haunted in his eyes. My heart dropped instantly. He didn't answer. He just held the phone out to me, his fingers trembling ever so slightly. That was when I knew, whatever it was, it had broken something. On the screen was a pause video. I didn't recognize it at first. But as I tapped play, the blood drained from my own face. The sound of waves, laughter, clinking glasses. It was from that beach trip I'd taken with my girlfriends over a year ago. I'd nearly forgotten it even happened. Just a few days of drinking, dancing, and letting go. A blur of fun that felt harmless at the time. Until that moment in the video. A moment I had erased from memory, or maybe just buried deep enough that I thought it no longer mattered. A blurry, drunken kiss with a guy I didn't even know. We were all wasted. One of the girls must have recorded it and saved it as a joke. I remember laughing about it back then. It was stupid, meaningless, a nothing moment, but not at Aaron. I glanced at him. He was still staring straight ahead, breathing unevenly, his jaw tight like he was holding something in. He didn't say a word when it ended, not for a long time, just silence. And then finally, without looking at me, he said softly, "I trusted you." That was it. No shouting, no accusations, just that, and somehow that hurt more than if he'd screamed. "I never thought I'd be the one sitting here, seeing something like this," he said, his voice shaky. "Not from you." I scrambled to explain. It meant nothing. I didn't even remember it. I was drunk. I never meant to hurt you, Aaron, I swear. But it was like trying to patch a sinking ship with paper. He wasn't listening. Or maybe he was, but it didn't matter, because it wasn't just a kiss. It was the fact that I never told him. It was the fact that I watched him love me, trust me, laugh with me, while I carried a secret I thought would stay buried. He stood without another word and walked toward the bedroom. I followed, my heart in my throat. He pulled out a suitcase. "Aaron, please don't," I whispered, but he didn't respond. He just packed. Slow, methodical, controlled. No anger, no shouting, just heartbreak. That was the worst part. I begged. I sobbed. I tried to touch his arm, and he gently pulled away like I burned him. That subtle flinch shattered me more than any words could. That evening he left, said he needed space. Time, but space stretched into silence, and time turned into weeks. I messaged, called, drove by his parents' place. I even left handwritten notes in his mailbox. Nothing. Friends said he wasn't himself, barely eating, going through the motions, distant, like someone unplugged from the world. The version of Aaron I knew was gone, and I had pulled the plug. We were everything to each other. We laughed over the dumbest things, cat videos, terrible movie plots, inside jokes no one else would get. We were partners, best friends, soulmates. And I destroyed that over a meaningless kiss and a live omission. I kept wondering how he even found the video. Maybe he'd been using my phone for directions, or looking for old pictures. And a cloud backup. Somewhere in there, the past resurfaced. Karma, maybe. Eventually, after almost a month, I got an email from him. Just a few lines. He said he wasn't ready to forgive me. Maybe he never would be. He said he still loved me. But love, he wrote, wasn't enough to erase betrayal. It couldn't rebuild what trust had held together. The last line shattered me. "I don't know who you are anymore." I read it over and over. For hours. Days. I wanted to scream that I was still me, that I made a terrible mistake. But I hadn't stopped being the woman who loved him with her whole heart. But deep down I knew I wasn't that woman anymore. I was someone who had taken his trust for granted. Someone who hurt the one person who had only ever wanted to protect her heart. He never came back, not even months later. From what I heard, he didn't date, didn't move on. He just worked, traveled, kept himself busy. While I stayed frozen in the same apartment, Walking past echoes of us every day. The dent in the couch cushion where he used to sit. His old mug, still on the shelf. Photos of us I couldn't bring myself to take down. I saw him a few times around town. Briefly, we never avoided each other, but we never talked either. Just a nod, a glance, nothing more. His eyes didn't look angry. Like something inside him turned off that day and never came back. I've tried to move forward. I've tried to forgive myself. But some mistakes carve too deep. Some ghosts don't fade with time. That one video, 30 seconds of foolishness, rewrote our story. If I could go back, erase it, rip it from the timeline, I would. But there are no rewinds in real life. Only memories that sting. Only lessons that stay. And if I learned anything, it's that trust, once cracked, doesn't shatter loudly. It just dies quietly in someone's eyes. Aaron never really came back after that day.